have to say, I certainly am looking forward to those results. I've been told that Kat's got quite a few hip movements there. So, Kat, big up to you and Graham. And of course, if you want to vote for Ewan and Leanne, let us know as well. Now, Dulux recently celebrated Global Sustainability Day. And this morning, Bennum van Jaarsveld has decided to join us in studio to tell us how choosing a Dulux paint can actually reduce your carbon footprint and also what they are doing to make a greener world. Good morning, Bennum. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
Excellent. Bennum, can you tell us how is Dulux reducing their ecological footprint?
Well, we follow an all-round sustainability and responsible approach to the environment. So, the way we design our products and services, the way we deliver the goods, and then also the way we, dispose of waste and our energy consumption. And I think just being overall aware of all of those, and the impact it has on the environment.
Right. Now, how can viewers follow Dulux's lead and reduce their carbon emissions at home?
I think there's so many examples of that, I think it's being aware of the energy we use, using fancy iPads instead of paper, for instance, switching off the lights, the way you use water and stuff. And then also, for instance, at Dulux, we've cut down on travel. So we make use of video conferencing and web conferencing, for instance, instead of having to travel across the globe, is one of the ways, And then also, things like the way we transport our goods and services. Our trucks have optimized routes and weight loads, which all impact on the carbon footprint.
Lovely. And of course, if, for example, I travel to the Pick and Pay down the road. That's about 5 kilometers from my house. And I normally go there about twice a week. So I was busy calculating this. If I were to take a look at the carbon emissions that I'm using, that's about 40 kilometers in a week. And if I take that over a year, it's about 480 kilometers.
That's right.
Now, how would I then try and actually reduce that?
Probably do a monthly shop instead of, doing a... It's not always possible, but I think one should just be more aware of it and try and cut down and reduce your routes even, and sure, as well. So.
That's true. So if I think about it, it's actually, if I do a monthly shop, that means I'll be using at least about 60 kilometers of carbon emissions that'll be going out instead of that 480. Okay. Yeah. And taking a look also at how one can actually dispose of your unwanted paint in an eco-friendly manner. How would one do that?
On the Dulux website, there's a very handy calculator called the Dulux, it's the paint calculator, which you put in your area surface that you're going to paint, and it'll tell you exactly how much paint is needed. So, that's a handy tool to use so you don't buy too much, because sometimes people estimate wrong, or they use too much of it. So buying less paint or less of that, using what you need, and then also storing your paint responsibly so that you could maybe use it again in future. So a handy way to do that is to seal your tin after you've used it, and then you turn it around quickly and you store it upside down. So it actually it creates a little barrier, layer, which keeps it fresh and long-lasting.
Okay.
As well.
And do you have any tips for anyone out there?
There's always a good paint tip, I think also just when you're selecting paint, make sure that you select lighter colors and make use of the lighting conditions in your house or in the room that you are going to paint. So using lighter colors reflects more light into a room as well. So that would mean that you would need less artificial lighting to create that. And then, of course, there's the trend of upcycling as well. So, taking old items, restoring them, reusing them, and bringing them to life again, instead of going to buy new ones. So
it's interesting. It really is interesting. I'm learning so much here today, and it's nice to see that Dulux are at the forefront at, taking care of the environment. It's something that's very close to my heart as well. Well, something else that's very close to my heart is this little woofie, ha ha ha. And if you spot this Dulux dog, all you have to do is tweet its location to @Let'sColorSA via Twitter, of course, and then you have to hashtag #DuluxDogSpotted. Now, keep in mind, you also have to give us that location, but it's not the location right now, hey? Not with me, no, it's not happening. We are still going to be hiding it somewhere here on set, so make sure that you're keeping a keen eye out. Now, the Pick and Pay Oyster Festival has already started, and of course, I know you can have a little bit of a meet and greet with Liesl because she's going to be popping over there. Liesl, over to you.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.